What's going on there, YouTube? Vaping with Twisted420 has returned. And today, it's going to be all about little fuckers. Which little fuckers, you may ask? These little fuckers. It's the 14500 Nemi clones from Vaping Tech. Let's go ahead and have a look at these little guys, why don't we? Alright folks, and we are back. We are back once again. In a vaping world where everything is going bigger, bigger tanks, bigger batteries, bigger mods, it's always a nice little breath of fresh air when something on the opposite side comes along. That being these tiny little guys, which are basically, honey, I shrunk my Nemesis. Going on right here. That's what's happening right here. They're little bitty Nemesis. They take these 14500 and 14650 batteries, which are about the size of double A's, and they're tiny. They're tiny. They're just little bitty guys, and I like them. These are nice little stealth vape type situations. We're looking at these today. We got the brushed copper right here. You guys know I love me some copper, especially a little fucker like that. I got the little K-Fun Mini on there, the tobacco variant. And this one's stainless steel with brass accents. And I got the little Doc Dave Mini Micro clone sitting on top of this, which also came from Vaping Tech. We'll take a short look at it in the video as well, but it's mainly about these little guys. Yeah, they're little 17 millimeter diameter mods, and everything's pretty much identical to the big boy Nemesis. Matter of fact, here goes one. It's a mighty big size difference. Everything's identical. The locking switch, the contacts, all silver plated contacts, the same locking ring, and pretty much the same airflow control. Only thing is they added 2 more holes for airflow control, so there's 4 in total. And I think they did that in case people were going to be using you know, smaller clear Atomizers and everything. They get their airflow from the 510 connection. So good idea, add more airflow. Yeah, but these are clones from Atmo Honey. Atmo Honey? I think I got it right. Is that right? Somebody will tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Fucking never fails. But yeah, Atmo Honey made these little guys, and of course they got cloned just like the Nemesis. There's fucking 1,800,000 different variations of Nemesis out there. So why not, you know, these are going to get cloned. Also here they're working on the 26650 Nemesis. That will be cloned quickly too. Hey, if nothing else, guy from the Greek company, you just know that a lot of flattery, okay? Because they're always all over your shit, and you make good products, so shout out to you, my friend. But Vaping Tech is selling these guys for 35 bucks for the brushed copper, 30 bucks for the stainless steel. And you can get 14500 batteries from them also, the E-Fest, which are what I'm using inside here. I also ordered a couple more of those from 101 Vape. They're like $7.99 a piece, something like that. But these little bitty batteries do fit in the Nightcore i4 charger, which I have 2 of those. That's what I use, and they fit in there and charge no problem. So that's good to know. Something else to know about these little batteries. I think E-Fest has the best bet going on them. They're about 700-800 milliamp hour, and they got a 4.5 amp limit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say 1 ohm, which is the lowest I've used on either one of these, is the lowest suitable for these size batteries with their amp rating. Let me go to my Ohms law calculator real quick and double check that. Okay, my Ohms law calculator says on these batteries, at fully charged 4.2 volts, it's going to be 4.5 amps, getting you up to 18.9 watts with a resistance of 0.93. So 0.93 is the lowest you want to go on these little E-Fest batteries. Just a heads up in case you guys are planning on doing some crazy sub-ohming or something. But I just couldn't go sticking big ass addies on these. They're meant for little shit. They look weird with big addies on them. But yeah, they serve their purpose well. Now, this damn Dave Micro Mini guy right over here, I had a hard time capturing thicker screws. I mean, thicker wire. So what I had to end up doing was using 30 gauge and doing like 15 wraps dual coil to get me right at 1 ohm, and it works. It would heat up a lot quicker if I had a thicker gauge, and you know, it's whatever. But it works. It works. I got it set up in auto dripper mode or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We'll take a look at that in a minute too when we go up close. But it looks really nice on this stainless steel. Damn, I've been talking for a while. Damn, they're 5 minutes. But yeah, people, these are really small Nemesises, okay? Nemesis, whatever you want to call it. 35 bucks, 30 bucks, and the Doc Dave Mini Micro is 30 bucks as well. Not too shabby. If you're looking for something small, a little sneak vape, or just like little bitty Nemesis, they're cool as shit. They're cool as shit. We'll dive up close and take a look at them in a second. Let me have another toke. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll dive up close, we'll take a look at the batteries, take a look at the regular Nemesis, and we'll compare everything. Yeah, so we'll see what these little guys are all about, little bitty fuckers. They're just little fuckers, that's all they are. Let's dive up close. All right, folks, and here we are hanging out with the little guys. As you can see, we got a full Nemesis over here, then we got the little guys. That's a pretty considerable size difference. Yeah, they're pretty dead on, and this is a clone also. I think the real versions these sell for like what, 160 bucks or something like that. It's up there. It's up there. Here's how they came. It came in these nice little velvet pouches. That's pretty cool, but that was as far as it went as far as packaging goes. Let me pop one of these batteries out. Threads have been really smooth on these little guys too. I need to change my white balance. Something's weird. I got this. Wait a minute. Let me fix this. Okay, much better. I don't know what the fuck I had going on a second ago. But yeah, look at this little guy. Yeah, 700 milliamp hour little fella. This little bitty guy. Like I said, it's a pretty dead on to the size of a AA battery. Let me bust out a 18650 just to show you the size comparison. All right. Here is the size difference between an 18650 and a 14500 battery. Pretty considerable. Pretty considerable difference. But yeah, they got double the airflow on these little top caps. Let me try to get this off real quick. Everything's pretty dead on to their big brothers. Same silver plated brass contacts. You can adjust them, put your addy on, screw them back up. Really familiar territory here, people, just in a much smaller format. But let me pop that back on. We'll take the switch apart, take a look at it real quick. Actually, you know what? Oh, son of a bitch. Lock and ring on here. Just like the OG, pretty smooth. You got your engravings. Number 8, Nemi. And then you got your Angel of Death around front here. So you're kind of crude, real small, really small. But yeah, this is a itty bitty version of the Nemesis switch. Same principles. Got a little, it's got a little bit in there that holds everything, stops it from spinning. Yeah, works just like the OG, and you can adjust this contact too, depending on how much throw you want. Sure up battery rattle by screwing this into the bottom with this guy in. With this guy in. Get in there. What are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, it does not like going in from that angle. All right. Duly noted, Nemesis. But yeah, it's a little bitty version of the Nemesis switch. I do not want to take this apart, because if I do, it's going to be a bitch to get it back together, because I got big fat stubby fingers, and this is some little shit to be dealing with. So if you've ever taken apart a regular Nemesis switch, that's what you got going on here. Sorry guys, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. But yeah, it's pretty nice little guys right here. Pretty nice. Like I said, the threads are nice. Everything works pretty well. I noticed that this battery won't go in. It won't fall through either. Interesting. Battery doesn't fall through, and it won't go in from the bottom. Huh. Pretty cute. Yeah, we'll just screw our switch back in. Pop this back on. What do we have on here? Oh yeah, the Doc Dave Mini. We'll take a look at Doc Dave real quick, see what he's got going on. Pretty good looking little bitty atomizer. A lot of people didn't even know this little guy was cloned or that the original existed. But let me, you gotta be real careful on this Dr. Dave, I've noticed. I got some Like a Sir from the Not Too Shabby line in here, but if you just try to pull this off, this whole glass will come up with it. These O-rings are really, really loose. So what I gotta do is hold it while I pull it. Otherwise I had juice going everywhere. Pretty cool little tank, little genie. You know I don't really care for Genesis Atomizer. I added this drip tip. This drip tip also came from Vaping Tech. They got a badass little drip tip combo, but it looks perfect on this guy. It looks absolutely perfect. But yeah, this is a Genesis style atomizer. Like I said, you guys know I don't like messing with them too much, but I gave it a shot anyway. Not the prettiest build, but it works. We got it in a little auto dripper mode. And it doesn't do bad at all. It just I had to use 30 gauge because these screws don't like trapping big wire. They barely wanted to trap this 30 gauge. So yeah, and plus, man, it's me with my fat fingers. It was hard as shit to get this little fucker built. But it's working. Got it right at 1 ohm. Oh, now it's picking up steam. Oh shit, we're gonna dry everything out. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and flip her dipper, let her wicker, and now we're good. But altogether, this thing's cool too. If you want a nice little itty bitty addy to match up to it, you're good to go. One thing about these being 17 millimeter, I think the K-Fun Mini is like right at 15 millimeter, so it's not gonna sit flush on here, which is a damn shame. But this Dr. Dave Mini Micro does a pretty good job. It's almost flush. There's just a little bit of gap, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It works pretty good. I need to drill out these itty bitty air holes. That would help a lot. But it does have air holes on both sides for dual coil, which is the way I got it. So let me pop this back on real quick. Nice little addy, folks. If you want something to match up with one of these little guys, fuck it, pick one up. Let me have a toke real quick on this guy. Really stiff draw as it stands, though. Really stiff draw, and you can put whatever drip tip you want on it. But yeah, that's the Dr. Dave Mini Micro. That's the extent I'm gonna go into it. But yeah, these little guys are basically little bitty Nemesis, and that is cool with me. That is totally cool with me. The copper, this brushed copper version is identical to the other. Oh, we got serial number 11 over here, Nemi. Also the name and a little train logo is on the bottom of both of these guys. They're pretty much one-to-one. I've seen reviews of the legitimate 14500 Nemi, and these are pretty dead on. Now it looks like this brushed copper has some kind of coating on it, and I tried giving it a mean acetone bath, but it still won't patina. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. I still like it. I like the look of it as is, but I was gonna try to patina this bitch up, but this coating, whatever's on here, it fought the shit out of that acetone. It was like, no, you shall not pass. But it's all good. I like it. It's a pretty sexy little baby mod, little brushed copper action. But yeah, everything's identical on both of them. Same amount of airflow up top. You line those holes up, and same adjustable 510. Yeah, everything's pretty identical. Now, here's the thing about these little guys. You're not gonna, and especially being at about 1 ohm, you're not gonna get a lot of battery life out of them. You got to take some extras with you. You know what I mean? These will last you probably, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3, 4 hours, depending on how you vape. So if you're gonna, don't take these by themselves with you. You need to bring some backup batteries or have another mod handy, because they're not gonna last. That's the one drawback to these itty bitty fellas so far. But yeah, these are the baby Nemesis, people. This is how they work. I like them. They're cool little fellas. Like if I'm going to run to the store or something, I'll take one with me, toke on it, and they get down. They get down. I'm not gonna do voltage drop tests just because I don't really care. But they work well. They seem like they hit pretty hard for what little bitty shits I got attached to them. But yeah, that's all I really got to show you up close, folks. A little baby Nemesis. Let's back out, talk on it, and vape on it real quick. All right, and we're back. We got both of these little guys going with some RBAs, and the question is, Twisted, how do they vape? And I gotta say, not too shabby. It fires off mean on this K-Fun. I got this K-Fun at 1.2 ohm, and it fires off mighty nice on it. Works really well. And this little guy, it does okay. Let me have a toke. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. It takes a little bit to get going because of the higher gauge wire, but it works pretty good. Not bad. Once you get it heated up, it starts working a little bit better. It takes a while to heat up because of all those fucking wraps. But I had to try to get it down to 1 ohm, so 15 wraps per side was the best I could think of. But let's start looking at pros and cons. Pros and cons. Little bitty Nemis. I like the size of them. I like the portability, you know what I mean? Just a little something stealth, not too heavy, just pop in there. The build quality is pretty nice. All the threads are smooth. The contacts seem to work well. Like I said, it fires off without a hitch. No misfires. Everything's been working really, really good. I'm trying to think, is there any other pros? No, I mean, that's it. The little bitty Nemesis. There's not really other pros. I mean, you know what to expect here. Okay, the price isn't bad. They're pretty good. Now, cons. Cons for some people is going to be the biggest con is going to be battery life. Like I said, you know what you're getting into if you're buying these little fuckers and you're buying those little batteries. You kind of know what to expect. So yeah, don't go into it thinking your battery's just going to run you all day on one battery. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I don't care if you even vape just a little bit. It's not going to last you all day. That's the biggest con I can think of. Which, like I said, that's kind of the purpose and the point of the whole size and things. So yeah. Overall, for these little bitty Nemesis, if you were after the original and you really liked it and you don't mind clones, it's going to be a really good buy for you. If you like what you see here, they're nice. They're nice for the money. Overall, I'm probably going to give it 1.5 thumbs. 1.5 thumbs. For one, they seem to be pretty damn good one-to-one clones, and they work well. It seems like they hit pretty hard for little guys. But like I said, the con is going to be the battery life, and that's the only really con I can think of for these little guys, because otherwise they're done well. I don't even know who manufactured these clones, but they came out really, really nice. They're built really, really well. Yeah, I guess another con would be the amp limit of the batteries. You're not going to be able to do any hardcore sub-ohming, but I wouldn't even look at these little motherfuckers and expect to do any hardcore sub-ohming on them, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's 1.5 stars I think is pretty fair. The price isn't bad, and they're cool as shit for what they are. But like I said, no battery life and no sub-ohming. So there you have it, folks. That's my take on these little Nemi clones, these little 14500 fuckers right here. And that's all I got for you today, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you see here, go get you some. I'll put links in the description. Oh, the Doc Dave Mini Micro. I'm gonna give it 1 thumb. I'm gonna give it 1 thumb, and that's just because of me being. It's hard to work with itty bitty shit. The screws don't trap heavier wire, but once you get it set up with whatever you get it set up with, it seems to work pretty well. You might have to modify the top cap for airflow. So yeah, 1 thumb on the Doc Dave Mini Micro. That's a little mini review for a Mini Micro tossed into the review. But now I think I'm done. Yeah, that's it, folks. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember to keep on vaping, and most importantly, you stay sexy, YouTube. Me and these itty bitty little bitches are out.